Hey guys, it's Sean Zane, the Connection Machine, aka the Insurance Doctor. This is live number 29. Again, there's a goal of mine, one a week. I'm way ahead of that because, hey, might as well use this time, guys. I do things at lunchtime and I do things at night. You could sit here and watch Tiger King, you could sit here and watch Ozark, any of that kind of stuff. But I want to bring you value. And if you're sitting with us for 15, 20 minutes, guys, sit through 15 or 20 minutes with us. I guarantee you're going to have golden nuggets of information that you're going to be able to use and implement and take action. Don't just listen to us and say, yeah, I have this content and never use it. We would be honored to hear you and mention that you're trying some of the techniques, the tricks, some of the strategies in your own life. So I have Eric Esteves. Let me bring him on. What's going on, Eric?
Hey, Sean, thanks for having me, brother. How you doing?
Thanks, man. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Can't complain.
We were just talking before we got on, and
Yeah.
everything happens, and technology gets a little wacky, and then your lights went out.
Yeah, you know what? You never know, man. 2020 is weird. It might have been a zombie apocalypse. So, we had to. I was getting ready to get this thing done in the car, and luckily a few minutes ago the lights came back
It
on. So
popped. So we repositioned, moving from
yeah,
the car to your home office with
yeah,
your 49ers jersey in the background. I see that all the time,
Jerry
and
Rice, baby, the
that's
goat.
it. I actually met him at a golf outing, got his autograph. Actually, I
Yeah,
have it somewhere. I should actually show that to you someday.
yeah.
Um, when he was playing golf back in the day. But for those that are watching right now that don't know who Eric Esteves is, can you give us a little, advertisement or a little introduction and bio about who you are?
Yeah, thanks, Sean. My name is Eric, and I'm a mortgage loan originator with First Alliance Home Mortgage. So I just try to find lending solutions for people, right? Primary residences, and commercial purchases, investment purchases, hard money loans. My job is to find a solution for people. So that's what I do for a living. I mean, who am I? I'm a husband, father, right? My daughter, I got two kids that they're gonna have quarantine April birthdays. So my son is going to
Oh,
be 13 on Sunday, and my daughter's going to be 17 a little later this month. So yeah, man. So right now we're in that stage, talking about colleges and high schools, and married to my wife Karen for 18, 19. I think she sees it. She's
so
going
she's not
to.
watching, right?
Yeah, oh, I don't know, man. Maybe but yeah, but we've been together for a minute, and that's where we're at right now, man. I mean, I transitioned to this world a few years ago when I started investing in real estate. Coming from the corporate world, and I've led hundreds of people at a time, and just built teams, and that's basically what I do. So I'm just transitioning over into the mortgage industry and trying to do the same.
No, that's also an introduction, man. Because those that are in my community, again, we're always looking for professionals that will do their job properly. A lot of people get into this business and they don't actually do what they say they're going to do. That's a huge thing today. Is making sure that if hey, you're gonna get them pre-approved and not pre-qualified. That's a key thing today. But a lot of people just think, oh, I'm going to throw a couple numbers together. I'm going to hope it, throw it against the wall and hope it sticks. I don't think that's how you flow. I think you're all about building business, building business by relationships. I think
100%.
that's how you work, right?
100%. I mean, yeah, I think that was a strength that's always been a strength of mine, right? So the fact that I can continue to develop that skill in this new industry, and really building teams. And I came on board, and I was lucky that my father has a lot of experience in this business, that he's kind of always been like a one-man team, right? But I brought my experience from another industry over. We combined. I leveraged his knowledge to close that learning curve, and then started building a team very early on, because I knew that you have to leverage yourself. You have to have people. You have to have technology if you want to continue to grow. So yeah, man. It's all about building relationships, and using technology, because that's obviously going to continue to grow. So you have to have a good leverage if you want to continue to exponentially, achieve your goals.
Oh, 100%. A lot of people jumping on tonight, and we appreciate you. And guys, if you're watching live, hashtag live. Some of you that like to watch, and that's great. Please help us by just engaging and dropping a hashtag live in the comments. Hit that love button, and most importantly, please hit that share button because we're all about helping other people. We know that the more people we can help, the better the world can be, because we are all about adding value, educating, and making sure you know what you're buying, no matter what we're all selling. That's the important thing, is being able to communicate. That's a key thing in any business that's out there. What are ways that you have to communicate with your clients, Eric?
Yeah, you know what? I think right now, let's talk about the now.
Hmm.
Uh, I'm using these Zoom meetings and these calls, right? So we really didn't use them before, right? With consults or consultations, but this is going to be a way of life, right? So like whenever I'm talking to a client and we can't meet face to face, right? Even if it's going to be after this whole quarantine, I'm going to try to use this as a platform more often, because I think that if they see me in my professional setting, in my office, in my home office, or in my office in Bayonne, right, and I can see them and I can kind of see where they live and their kids, and if they have dogs, it just personalizes things. So I'm going to use this more often as a medium to communicate with my clients and my referral partners and whatnot, right? But yeah, man. I mean, other than that, my thing is to always have always be able to get back. Like I always get back to people by the end of the day, and I'm as I get busier and busier, I'm using some technology, whether it's Calendly, whether it's automated messages. Hey, I'll call you back a certain time. Whether it's a voicemail, somebody's gonna hit me up, and if it's past a certain time, I'll tell them, hey, I'll reach back to you within the next 24 hours or by tomorrow morning. So at least you set the expectation with people, because if you don't, then it's gonna be like, well, this guy doesn't really care, or it
Right.
doesn't back to me. So I always set the expectations right from the beginning as far as communication. So then that way they know that I'm about my business.
I like how you said the Calendly. It's Calendly, right?
Yeah,
Callendy or something, right?
yeah,
It's a way of, and I love it because if I call you, if I text you, it's going to be, it's like, hey, Sean, go to and you'll send a link and you
yeah,
figure out, because you might be just responding through a text, but you can be like,
yeah,
hey, when can you come and have a call with me for
yes,
15 minutes?
yes,
Guys, all you need is 15 minutes for a conversation. We don't need to have hour, 2 hour meetings on a phone. I
yeah,
love how you said that. Yes, a lot of people didn't do Zoom calls before. A
yeah.
lot more happening now. I love doing this Zoom calls. You can do more in a day than you can actually face to face.
100%. Yeah, this is definitely going to change my business. I meet with, I think this is my fifth Zoom call today, and just kind of to talk to people. I lost you. We're good. I'm gonna keep on talking just in case, people can hear me. But yeah, I do this more often because it just maximizes the time and the efficiency of your day, right? Instead of traveling, fighting with traffic, right? Getting in accidents, right? Whatever the case may be, you can actually do this a lot more and still be able to have the same result, same conversation. I think we lost you, Sean. 1 second. Let me see if I can see myself on Facebook. Come and have a call if I can see myself on Facebook. All right, I think I can see myself. Come and have a call if I can see myself on Facebook. All right, I think I can see myself. All right, I got some feedback there. So while we wait for Sean to come back, there he is. All right, we got you. I was about to start moderating and taking over, Sean. We got you.
I was like, I'm gonna be right back. I'm like, this happened the other night, and I like technology and everything, right? I thought my charger was plugged in, and all of a sudden I'm like, no, it's happening again. So I thank you for like holding on a little bit, and I
Yeah.
apologize. But yes, it's something that yes, we all have to use Zoom calls. We all have to make sure we're marketing constantly, and this is everyone's involved right now. We're all home, right? So you might as well take advantage
Might
of
as
this
well.
opportunity,
Might as
you
well,
know?
yeah, might as well. And I think it's not only for referral partners or education, current clients, past clients. So it's just a great time to just reach back out and just connect. I was holding did a training, and I'm part of this Vision for Success coaching, which is awesome. And I'm always really, trying to get mentored and continue to close those gaps. And one of the things we talked about is how to differentiate yourself during these times, right? And I think that you might have had, for entrepreneurs that are out there, you might have past clients that you haven't talked to in years, but right now is a great time to just connect and say, hey, how you doing? How's your family? What's going on? Right. And it's expected. And quite honestly, you're not going to catch anybody by, oh, was this person, it's going to be a pleasant surprise,
Right.
because people are home and they want to see how you're doing. Right. We have this human touch right now. This human nature is just wants us to connect virtually because we can't connect physically. So I think it's a great time to just go back and just reach your past channels and try to continue to drum up some business, right? If you're an entrepreneur, so when this thing is all over, you can come out of it stronger than you actually came into it.
Oh, yeah, you definitely have to work on growing, continuously growing, reading, watching videos, learning from others, trying different things, going outside your comfort zone. When you live outside your comfort zone, that's where things really the magic happens, because
100.
you're doing things you never did before. And a lot of people say, "Oh, I don't know what's going to happen." You just have to try. If you
Yeah.
try, anything will happen. And when you do things that others are not doing, like I've done so much video, and then people are starting to do video again. I'm a little ahead of the game, and I just keep. It makes me inspired when I see other people and my friends start using video. I'm like,
Yeah.
I got to do more. This
Yeah.
is like it pumps me up because I know others are using and gaining value from it.
And you become that subject matter expert, right? People probably call you, hey, what streaming service do you use, Sean? What's this? And then you just continue to add value to people, which is all you do anyway, right? And you're right, you're ahead of the curve. I remember when I met you, Sean, we met a year back or so at
Hmm.
at a Culture Matters meeting, Anton
Yep.
was leading it, and we were talking about a lot about video, and I really didn't use video often, and I was challenged to do so, and I started doing them, and I'm nowhere near as comfortable or as good as you are, Sean, doing these things, but I am more comfortable,
Yes.
right? I can get in front of a camera, and obviously practice makes perfect, but now everybody's a little bit behind the eight ball. They're trying to catch up because now they have to use video and to connect virtually to continue to drum up some business, right?
And some people are trying different things, and you've been doing, and I don't even use TikTok, so you're ahead of the curve right there. And I think that's awesome. Honestly, it's you're getting closer to your family, and I love when I see your videos and you're doing something with your daughter, and you're getting the bond is getting closer and closer in times right now, because I'm sure if we weren't doing the quarantine, you'd be working, you'd be out till whenever at night, not home. I enjoy this time with my daughter Natalie. Would be
Yeah.
in daycare. I'm seeing my wife more. So TikTok, tell me, how does that all work? Is it music that you have to learn a dance, or you just freaking come up with some kind of dance and you just put it on a video?
Yeah, man. Well, listen, I think I just created an account like last week and have like a couple videos. So I'm not the expert, but I do have teenage kids, right? And I have my 17-year-old daughter has 100,000 followers on
Oh,
TikTok now. So
Jesus.
she's the expert, right? And but I think TikTok is a new wave, and it's been the new wave. And I'm a big fan of Gary Vee, and he's been talking about it for a while, right? He's always ahead of the curve. But I think that this quarantine pushed it over, right, to just being the most popular app right now in the world. Just because it's fun, and you can do videos, and you can incorporate music and dancing and just make fun of yourself, and I think it's a fun like thing. So it's funny, the other day, all four of us were just sitting in the couch, and we're close, but we were like on our phones, like looking at TikTok videos. We were just all busting out laughing at different things that we were watching. But it's just fun, and I think that as leaders in our industry, we have to kind of continue saying, okay, well, what's new? What's the next big thing? And obviously, my kids were messing around and say, now dad and mom is on TikTok. TikTok is no longer cool, right? Just like Facebook was. But I think more and more entrepreneurs are realizing that they have to jump into it. So yeah, man. I mean, follow me. My daughter actually changed my name. I was just at Eric Esteves, but my daughter changed my name to Eric the Lender
Okay.
yesterday. Yeah, and then we were practicing how to moonwalk. So I think I got it down. I think I still got to practice the moonwalk, but I was pretty. That's my new skill that I learned during this quarantine was the moonwalk. Yeah,
It's something that is unique. It's different. It puts you outside your comfort zone. You're videotaping it. It takes
yeah,
some balls to do it because you got to learn a little dance. But
yeah,
once you do it, you're making bigger connections with your kids,
yeah,
and
yeah,
it's definitely something that's lifelong kind of thing that they'll look back and be like, "Remember when Dad used to do this?" And that we'll
yeah.
probably be doing other things, you know.
You
Now,
got to you got to keep it light. So I mean, I listen right now. What we're going through is serious. I mean, I'm affected by it personally. I think you've been affected by it
yep,
personally. And, it's not an easy situation. But I think that these moments, whether it's TikTok or just spending time together, watching TV shows, doing board games. I think that's one of the things that we get out of it now that we have to cherish it. Because quite honestly, like I joined, I did, I became an entrepreneur. That way I can have more time with my family. But you know what? The first few years of building your business is just go, go, go. So
right.
sometimes you get the whole reason why you became an entrepreneur in the first place. But I think the slowdown of the world right now was we kind of welcomed it, and I think for us we needed it a little bit, and we had a chance to kind of reconnect. And you know what? And when this is all over, we're going to go back and grind again, but we're also going to realize, we got to make sure we go back and do what's important and spend time with the family.
Oh, 100%. And again, we appreciate there's tons of guys and ladies all jumping on and off today and watching. We have a lot of people that made some comments earlier. I want to shout out Jimmy Joseph, Arietta, Jay Lopez, Eileen Chambers. We appreciate you guys. We have other ones jumping on. Jeff Hills, my wife's son, Diana, Melissa. Thank you so much, guys. Drop a comment. Where are you watching us from? What if there's any questions you might have for us? Because we love it when you guys engage and we can answer some of the things that are on your mind and you can try different things. Is there any habits that have changed for you since you started this quarantine?
Well, listen, I think I feel like I'm much more efficient, right? Right now, just because we have a lot more time and you take away travel time. But you know what? One of the things that I was always an early riser, and I kind of started working early and writing things down, and that hasn't stopped, man. Like I mean, from a business perspective, right? I don't have as many loans as I did 30 days ago. But there's different activities that we have to continue doing. So I'm still waking up early. I'm still in my office at 7 in the morning, and I go up, and I think the first time I see my kids is at lunchtime when we all eat lunch together, right? And then I come right back down, and sometimes I'm here to 8, 9 o'clock, rocking. So it's different types of activities, right? But I'm just using this time to really capitalize it. Now, you do watch Ozark and Tiger King, right, in
Yep.
between and in the end, right, sometimes, right. But I think in the end, I feel like I'm more efficient now than before. My team realizes that they can actually function remotely, and we can communicate remotely. So I think we're going to take that and incorporate that into our business model going forward, so we can just continue to be more efficient.
No, it's huge, and I have been changing some habits of mine. Like in the last year of my daughter with her liver transplant, kind of let my health, as far as my physical health, I
Mm,
wasn't worried about. I used to work out constantly, go to the gym. I can't go to the gym. I understand that. So I was doing some walking, I was going on a running kick, and now I've been doing this. It's called 10 rounds with a buddy of mine, Sean Abrams, got me involved with it. Holy crap,
yeah,
man! It pumps me up. I did it before our live.
yeah,
I feel bad if I don't do the workout. Like
yeah,
I was with my daughter a lot today. My wife was taking she wasn't feeling the greatest, so she was taking a nap. So I was with her and I wanted to get the workout in. I'm like, how am I gonna get this workout in? I'm gonna get it done after my live. But
yeah,
now I'm fired up because I was able to get it in, get the
yeah,
energy, and
yeah.
now we can live that way. But health is important to everyone too. Some people are eating better now because they're home, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think you're right, man. And I think I give credit to my wife and to my kids, man. I think that they're the healthy bodies. Like my kids still do virtual CrossFit classes with their gym, right? I think my daughter goes running every single day and she does her workouts. So like me, I like to just go out because I'm cooped up in the office just rocking. My break has to go and run or walk, right? Whether it's with
Hmm.
with my daughter, with my wife, with my dog, right? So that's my kind of activity that I try to put in. But yeah, you're right. I think it's very important. You have to continue doing it, and that's something that I'm probably not as good as the rest of the members of my family, and that's something that hopefully if I'm gonna commit to something for the next 21 days, because it takes 21 days to make a habit, right? And we've just got the extension, for the rest of the quarantine. Now's the time to develop that habit. So that's one of the challenges that I'm going to give myself is maybe you can share your workout with me,
Oh
Sean, and
yeah,
we can, I can try it out.
it's definitely something to get involved with. And I dropped this on the screen. For those that are watching, how are you marketing you? A lot of people think, oh, if I work with a certain company, that company's going to make me, rich. They're going to make me have all these leads. How are you currently marketing Eric Esteves?
That's a great question. I mean, I am using social media a little bit. I post. I try to post a few times a day, and but you know what? It's all personal. Like I mix in business, but I think people are getting to know Eric Esteves and the family man and the father figure and the husband. And I try to make light of the situation. I try to be comedic and funny, right? And in the end, right, it's working because people kind of they work with people that they like. Now, here's the thing: how I'm like, I gotta be good at what I do, right? I'm constantly training, I'm constantly doing things, I'm constantly challenging myself because I can do all these things in social media and trying to bring some business in. But if I don't deliver, if my team doesn't deliver, that marketing goes to crap, right? So in
Yep.
the end, right, in the outside, I do this, this funny stuff and post information and knowledge. And how I market myself is try to add value through knowledge, right? Whether it's Saturday I'm doing a home buying seminar. Next week I'm doing a training for realtors, a webinar. I did a home buying seminar webinar a couple of weeks ago, and I used to do this all the time, going everywhere. So that's how I market myself: is I want to continue to provide value and teach communities and my peers and my partners. But in the end, I got to continue chiseling up, because if I get all this extra business from these things that I'm doing, if I'm not good, right, I'm not going to keep the business, right?
Yep.
So yeah, I'm always working hard at my craft.
No, that's awesome. And I see you're doing all those, you were doing live events before we went into quarantine. Now you're doing more virtual. And
Yeah,
you have my permission. Please drop it into my group,
yeah,
drop it into my personal page,
yeah,
because I want those in the community that are looking for education, value, check
yeah,
this stuff out, because we're all home. Get
yeah,
involved. Look at this virtual happy hours. There's
yeah,
get-togethers. These are all things that everyone should be engaging in. I tell everyone, start doing your own show. Do a little live. Why not? But people say, oh, it takes a little bit of time. Hey,
yeah,
I didn't know what I was doing early on.
yeah,
And it's funny, just so everyone knows right now, Facebook, you can't do a Facebook Live with a guest like we're doing. Me and Eric right here, we can't do what we're doing. You can do a Facebook Live together if you're live.
got
Not
it.
anymore. You used to be able to direct link there. Now you have to I use StreamYard. Some people use Zoom, but
Yeah,
I like how it's set up. It
yeah,
looks more professional and everything else.
absolutely. I think it looks awesome. Absolutely. Yeah, I educated my parents on Zoom meetings, so now we have Zoom meetings with my parents, and I think the next thing is getting my grandmother on it, right? So that's gonna be a little bit more of a project, but that'd be great. If we can all have a Zoom meeting with all her grandchildren and great grandchildren, right? So that's my next goal.
That's for sure. It's all about educating and continue. I wanted to drop this in here so everyone can take a look at Eric's Facebook page. Again, please friend request him. He'll probably at the end will drop his contact information in the live itself, and he'll engage any questions you guys have. But guys, he's doing things. He's sharing. He's got different things going on in his life. He's talking about the forgiveness or the forbearance, the differences here. This is all value, guys. You have to make sure you take some time and actually do those things for your community. Don't just ask for business. I see it all the time. There's real estate agents, there's mortgage people, there's life insurance people, there's PNC people. They're like, "Oh, call me for a mortgage, or call me for a listing, or this and that." And I asked them, "How many people you get calls off that post?" And they never get a call. So I'm like,
Yeah,
"Why are you wasting your time? You're
yeah,
not providing any value. Talk about something. Talk about credit repair. Talk about what staging is.
yeah.
Talk about how to do, what is virtual assistants? How do you use them?"
Yeah, you know what? I think that's a great question too, and that's something that a buddy of mine, who's a top producing realtor, shout out to Carlos Turner, who I work with. His broker, his owner, just is really good at virtual assistants, and he has open training. And I've used to go to these trainings, and I've always learned. Like, whoever has a training, I'm there. I want to learn. And I hooked up with him, and he uses virtual assistants, and then I got my own virtual assistant, and there are plenty out there, right? You can find them, but the most important thing is the training. I think a lot of people realize, oh, this person is not working. Well, if they're not working, it's because you're not really setting the expectations and train. And it takes 21 days to build a habit, right? So if you're gonna hire a virtual assistant, you gotta make sure that you set the right expectations and you train that person. So
Right.
that's the most important thing. And I was so lucky that this person got trained by one of the best in the business, right? But I've also taken her and I've said, okay, well, I can do more with her, and she also helps me with flyers, marketing, which I was doing all that on my own. So now she's doing these things. But basically, what she does is she follows up with my CRM. She follows up, with any leads that I have, whether it's Facebook leads, Opposite leads, Zillow leads. Her job is to get these people in my calendar, right? Her job is for me to talk to them, because I know that if I talk to them for 10 or 15 minutes, I can get them excited about becoming a homeowner, and I can pretty much tell them what I think they qualify for and tell them what the next steps are. So I think that's half the battle, right? Because it takes 7 touch points to convert a lead, right?
Yep.
So that's what she's doing. But you know what? I foresee a future for me where I have several of these assistants doing different kinds of activities, right? So I think that this is something that, since virtual is something that is becoming more and more part of our norm, something that you should definitely look into. Look into it now, and you have time now to train, right? So I think it's something that, and you can just Google, right, virtual assistants, and you can pay a lot less even if they're overseas. But again, you have to make sure you train them, right? And are
Right.
you willing to wake up early and train them, and spend some time? And I want to share some leadership quote, right, or some leadership tips that I got, which is, by Franklin Covey, who, is the master. We talked a little bit about planning, and I
Yep.
think I'm pretty good at planning and organizing. And he talks about, getting the monkey off of your back, right? So the more monkeys you have on your back, right, the less you're gonna be bogged down. So you gotta say, who can I pass it to? And a lot of times we don't pass that monkey to someone because it's faster for us to do it ourselves, because we don't have the time or energy, right, or patience to teach somebody else. But when we teach somebody else those skills, right, now you're always gonna have that monkey off of your back, right?
Hmm.
Now you can take on more, and you can continue to grow. So I think, I got challenged by my coach early on, and every time I have something that I'm doing something, I really stop and I think and I say, should I be doing this? Can I do this, or is this an hourly wage? Right? Or is this is this going to take help me reach what
Mm.
my goals are? So a lot of times, virtual assistants is the answer, but you have to say, I have to train these people. But if you train these people for 2 3 weeks and you follow up consistently and you hold them accountable, it's going to open up so much more possibilities to what you can do, right? So I think this is something that people definitely to look into. I think those people that are probably growing faster than others are using technology, leveraging technology and virtual assistants to help them.
No, that's awesome. And if those that are on hashtag replay, if you're watching on the replay and you didn't learn anything from us tonight, you might want to replay it again because there's so much information in here, lots of value. We discussed habits, we talked about the virtual assistants, we talked about family, health. It's all important things. And guys, also keep in mind, if you're an entrepreneur, you wake up every single day without a paycheck and you got to get out of bed and get going as soon as possible. And if you love and you're passionate about doing the business that you have, you're going to crush the day. But you have to keep that in the back of your head, man. You don't have a salary coming in, and yes, we might be on a quarantine. This is time to pick up new skills, build your health up so you have more energy. Make sure you are collaborating more, connecting with other people, and have more meetings so that you can come out on top when we actually get out of quarantine. We actually can shake other people's hands. Is there any final thoughts, Eric, that you can share with us?
I think that was a perfect segue. I think we have to take advantage of this time to get out of it better than when we came into it, right? So whatever that means, right? So you got to sit down, you have time to reflect, get better at what you do, right? Learn, reconnect, and I think that the people that take advantage of this time are the ones that are going to continue to grab market share, and some other people are not going to be around, unfortunately,
Yep.
because they haven't been taking advantage of this time. So take advantage of it, and I'll see you at the top.
That's it. Eric, I appreciate you, man, taking some time out. You're crushing it. Keep up the hard work you're doing. Enjoy the TikTok dances with your daughter and your family. And we'll definitely get together soon. We can't see each other right now, but we are, and we dropped some major value tonight. And I hope that you guys all enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you, guys. God bless.
All right, Eric, take care, brother.
You too.
Bye-bye.